And now to two intertwined listed companies. Building products company Brickworks and investment company Washington H Soul Pattinson have major cross-shareholdings in each other, and both reported annual results today. Brickworks' net profit was up 2% to $143 million, while Soul Pats was up 67% to $364 million, although both results included the significant gain on sale of Arrow Energy, hiding much more testing markets. Chairman Robert Milner brushed aside today's media speculation that the two companies intend to unwind the long-standing cross-shareholdings. So I began with Brickworks. Rob Milner, thanks for joining us.
Good evening.
Well, I always enjoy unpacking your two intertwined companies. Brickworks first. The monthly dwelling approvals have dropped considerably. Now, this is reducing your exposure to the detached housing market. I mean, it sounds as though the outlook is pretty grim.
It is. It's we're in a sort of a bottom of the cycle. Queensland in particular is being very badly hit. Actually,
but you obviously think we're going to be on the bottom for a while.
Well, it looks that way. You know, I guess the only saving grace that could help us going forward there are indicators which are suggesting maybe interest rates could fall. So I think if that did happen, that would be a boost. And also there are some rays of sunshine in New South Wales. Under the new government, they are releasing some more land, so that is a positive.
You've got the high dollar and you're squeezed by the demand. You've announced some job losses as well.
Yes, yeah. Well, obviously, when our profits are falling, we need to take some pretty drastic action. So, unfortunately, in these times, we've had to take that action.
The future for the building product side seems to be in precast. Now, what is that, and why is it, you know, for us punters, why is it so different and positive?
It's a process where the panels are actually made in a factory.
So this is for non-residential?
Oh yes, we're looking to put it into residential going forward, but at the moment it's mostly in light commercial and industrial. The panels are made in a factory, they're cured, you put them on a truck, you take them out to site, you need a crane and a couple of guys with a spanner, and you can put up the walls pretty quickly. So, and
that's quite a serious investment you're going to put in there.
Yes, and we are the only ones in Australia with fully automated plants, and we are continuing to invest in these plants so they are fully automated.
You've said this is probably the worst time to put a carbon tax on everything, and also that you're going to, when the tax comes in, put the pricing through to the customer. Prices will go up 6%. Given the market, is that going to affect your appeal?
Well, we need to. We can't reduce our emissions anymore. We've already reduced them by 30%. So we need to stay in business. So we need to put our prices up.
Going across to Soul Pattinson, now your coal miner, New Hope, you had that big one-off profit from Arrow Energy, but otherwise New Hope was quite a drag on the results. Is that likely to continue given the high Aussie dollar? Well,
obviously when I sat here 6 months ago talking to you, we didn't have a rail line for our coal to be taken down to our coal loader, and they were telling us it was 4 or 5 months, but fortunately we got that back in 11 weeks, so we were able to produce some more coal and export some more coal. So at the end of the day, the result was a lot better than what we thought it would have been 6 months ago.
So the outlook's not bad?
No, we're back to full production now. Fortunately, we've seen, particularly today, the dollar's come back down to parity. So the price of coal is quite good. So if the dollar keeps coming back, that will really help us.
You've got the mining tax to face, in all likelihood as well.
Yeah.
Now, the federal government has committed to reimburse any state royalties. New South Wales, the royalties have gone up in the budget.
Yeah.
Is that going to have timing issues from a cash flow point of view? Do you understand it? And do you actually think that the mining tax, the MRRT, is going to stay at the level it is?
Well, again, you know, I think we're in uncharted waters on this. We sort of don't really know. It's particularly with the government we've got, they keep changing the ground rules, and so you know, until we see some sort of legislation, it's a bit hard to put a proper answer on that.
Your listed equities seem to have done pretty well. Any standouts?
No. Actually, looking at the market today, you know, you look at Westpac. It's got a fully franked yield of 8% and a PE of 7. It's a long time since a company like Westpac has been at those levels. So you would have to start to think maybe where there's some bottom feeding starting to happen at some stage.
What about Foster's? You've got some investment in Foster's shares. What do you make of this takeover bid from
Well, obviously,
SAB?
I'm also chairman of 2 investment companies, and we do hold Foster's in those portfolios. I think one of the biggest problems I think we're facing is it's a very good company. It's an icon Australian company, but it's probably no longer one that we're able to invest in. So on that side of the thing, it's very sad to see it go. But
so you'd be a seller?
Well, we won't have much option, obviously, if they take over. The board's approved it, so
Indeed.
We'll take our money and try and look for something else to invest in.
Which is my next question. You're still cashed up with
Yes.
nearly 300 million in cash reserves. Do you see opportunities, and is the timing right in this sort of volatile market, do you think?
I think it must be getting, I'm talking equities now, I think it must be getting reasonably close to doing something. And then on the other side of the coin, the banks are still not lending very freely. So as you said, we have cash. So maybe there may be some opportunities arising as well.
Rob Milner, we'll follow that closely. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you. Good night.